Show you how I made a Miles Morales mask with moving lenses. This video was sponsored by NordVPN. Hey, what's up? Sean here. This looks like an ordinary Spider-Man mask, but when I press this syringe, the eyes can open and close. If you're subscribed to my channel, then you probably already know that in the past I made a Spider-Man Homecoming mask with moving lenses, and since then I read all your comments, all your criticism, and yeah, it's fair to say that this mask definitely has a ton of room for improvement. So that is why in today's video, we are going to make a new and improved Miles Morales mask from Spider-Man PS5. Now, I know you want to see all the internal stuff. You want to see what's inside, right? So stick around, because in this video, I'll be sharing with you how I was able to make this mask entirely from scratch by hand using simple materials. And with a little bit of time and patience, I think almost any one of you can make this mask at home too. So if you want free templates, just check the description box below. I'll have all the show notes, links, materials, all of that will be listed down there. First things first, I found a free Spider-Man mask template online, which I'll leave a link to down below in the description. And you need to open this file with this free software called Adobe Reader so that it actually prints in the correct scale. So you want to make sure you select the poster format, set the overlap to 0, then set the tile scale to 100% or larger or smaller depending on your head size. After that, specify what type of paper you're using. In my case, it's US letter size. And voila! By the way, I'll leave a link down below to Adobe Reader, which is that software that I just used. It's free to download and very useful for printing out large multi-page templates like this one. Once the templates are printed, they are really easy to assemble. You just line up all the edges together, tape them up, and then cut it out. Now I'm going to transfer all those templates onto some thin corrugated cardboard. If you can't find any of this thin corrugated cardboard, you could also just get away with using some cereal box cardboard for this too. So just use whatever you have and it'll work just fine. Then we just fold and glue all these edges together using super glue or hot glue. Now typically you would just want to glue these two halves together like this, but I'm not going to do that just quite yet. Instead, I'm going to make some pencil marks to indicate where the face shell sits flush with my head, because even though the width of the face shell is suitable for my head, the height, on the other hand, not so much. The face shell is a little too tall for my head. So I can use those markings to trim off the excess, and that will make for a much better fit and make the face shell end closer to my chin. Doing this actually made a pretty noticeable difference compared to my previous Spider-Man masks, so I recommend doing the same thing on your mask, especially if your head shape is more round like mine is. At this point, I went ahead and made the template for the lenses, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap right there because the holes on the face shell are quite big. But that's okay, that's a pretty easy fix. All I have to do is just trace that shape onto paper, and once I make sure it fits correctly, I can transfer the paper pattern onto cardboard, and that will get rid of the gap. Next thing I'm going to do is cover the entire face shell in resin, and here we just basically want the cardboard to soak up all that resin so that when it dries it becomes rigid and durable. So I did one layer of resin on the inside of the mask and one layer of resin on the outside as well. Also notice I put a temporary piece of cardboard on the inside of the mask there. That's just to kind of push the sides of the mask outwards. That way when it hardens it will hopefully give the face shell a little bit more of an organic looking head shape.